Students, today we shall discuss soil as a resource. First of all, we should know what is soil. The upper layer of the earth is called soil. Soil is the most important renewable natural resource. The soil is a living system. It takes millions of years to form soil up to a few centimeters in depth. Relief, parent rock or bedrock, climate, vegetation, and other forms of life and time are important factors in the formation of soil. Many forces of nature, such as change in temperature, actions of running water, wind and glaciers, activities of decomposers, also contribute to the formation of soil. Here you can see soil profile. In the green color you can see topsoil, the upper soil layer. Second is subsoil, weather rocks, sand and silt clay. In yellow color you can see weathered parent rock material, and last one is unweathered parent bedrock. Classification of soils. India has varied relief features, landforms, climatic realms, and vegetation types. These have contributed in the development of various types of soils. So in further topics, we shall discuss all types of soils found in India. Alluvial soils. This is the most widely spread and important soil in India. Actually, the entire northern plains are made of alluvial soil. These have been deposited by three important Himalayan river systems, Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. These soils extend from Gujarat to Assam. This kind of soil is also found in deltas of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri rivers. The alluvial soil is a combination of various proportions of sand, silt and clay. Apart from the size of their grains or components, alluvial soil can be classified as old alluvial, also called Bangar, and new alluvial, also called Khadar. Black soil. These soils are black in color and also known as ragur soils. This kind of soil is very good for growing cotton. It is believed that climatic conditions along with the parent rock material are the important factors for the formation of black soil. This kind of soil is typical of the Deccan Trap region and is made up of lava flows. Black soil cover the plateaus of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, Malwa, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Red and yellow soils. Red soil develops on crystalline igneous rocks, and this kind of soil is found in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern parts of the Deccan Plateau. Yellow and red soils are also found in parts of Odisha, Chhattisgarh, southern parts of the Middle Ganga Plain, and along the Piedmont zone of the Western Ghats. These soils develop a reddish color due to diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrated form. Laterite soil has been derived from the Latin word later, which means brick. The laterite soil develops under tropical and subtropical climate with alternate wet and dry season. This soil is the result of intense leaching due to heavy rain. Laterite soils are mostly deep to very deep, acidic, generally deficient in plant nutrients, and occur mostly in southern states. Western Ghats of Maharashtra, Odisha, some parts of West Bengal, and also in northeast states of India, this kind of soil is found. Arid soils. In the map you can see western Rajasthan of India is having this kind of soil. Arid soils range from red to brown in color. They are generally sandy in texture and saline in nature. In some areas, the salt content is very high, and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. Forest soils. These soils are found in the hilly and mountainous areas where sufficient rainforests are available. The soil's texture varies according to the mountain environment where they are formed. They are loamy and silty in valley sides and coarse-grained in the upper slopes. Soil erosion and soil conservation. Washing away of upper part of the soil is called soil erosion. The process of soil formation and erosion go on simultaneously. Sometimes the balance which is maintained there by both processes is disturbed due to human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction, and mining, etc. There are some natural forces of erosion such as wind, glacier, and water. These natural forces also lead to soil erosion. We may have different kinds of erosion of soil. One is called gully erosion. When the running water cuts through the clay soils and makes deep channels as gullies, that is called gully erosion. The land becomes unfit for cultivation and it is known as bad land. In the Chambal Basin, such lands are called ravines. Second, we have sheet erosion. Sometimes water flows as a sheet over large area down a slope. In such cases, topsoil is washed away. This is known as sheet erosion. Wind blows loose soil off flat or sloping land known as wind erosion. We can stop soil erosion with various methods. One method is plowing along the contour lines. It can stop the flow of water down the slopes. This is called contour plowing. Second method is terrace farming. Steps can be cut out on the slopes, making terraces, and this kind of cultivation stops erosion. In Himalayas, this kind of practice is followed by the people. Third method is strip cropping. Large fields can be divided into strips. Strips of grass are left to grow between the crops. This breaks up the force of the wind, and this method is known as strip cropping. Next method is shelter belts. Planting lines of trees to create shelter also works to stop soil erosion. Rows of such trees are called shelter belts.